camera. Okay guys, so I'm like 95% sure that I just caught a queen ant and I have it in my hand. Do you get the bag too? All right, thank you. Oh my gosh. Guys, there's my queen ant right there. I just caught another one. I'm sweating. So I was just doing some yard work and I lifted up one of these stones and I actually saw a little ant, and I was pretty sure it was just like a regular ant, but this is kind of early in the season. They haven't like started having tons of worker ants, which are the female ants that the queen lays their eggs and stuff. So I'm like 95% sure this is a queen ant. It does look a little bit bigger, and there are a couple ways that we can check. I also do not know the species, but hopefully we'll be able to check that at the end of this video. Oh my gosh, I literally just found this, told my brother, he was helping me. I told him to run inside and get the camera and also a bag, but we have a queen ant. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I did have a queen ant before, but it did pass away, and I'm just happy that I have one. So I'm pretty sure this is a queen ant. We're gonna have to look. There's these wing scars that they have, because when they're females, they have wings, and then once they get impregnated and find a nest, they drop those wings. So hopefully we'll be able to see the scars on their side of their body, and that's how we'll know if it's a female. But thank you for coming out. That was so quick. I can't even believe that we were able to catch this. And the fact that it didn't get crushed, I literally lifted the stone up, saw it, and then oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna take this inside when we have a better environment and we don't have wind and stuff. I'll see you guys inside. What's crackalackin' challengers? I am back, but right now we are inside. This is actually quite a few hours later, and I've just had my queen ant, or supposedly queen ant, in this plastic bag before I set up the enclosure. And that's what we're gonna be doing in this video. So I have a couple things. The first thing that we have to do is analyze this ant and make sure that it is a queen ant, because we don't wanna set up the entire enclosure for it and hoping that it might be a queen ant if it's not going to be, because we don't wanna get our hopes up and stuff. So I have a couple things here. The first thing that I have is this little viewing box, and this is just an acrylic box that we'll be able to look at from all angles the ant. It's gonna be a lot better than this plastic bag. I also do have a test tube, so if this is a queen ant, this is what we're going to be keeping the ant in as it starts to grow and as it starts to lay eggs that turn into larvae, that will turn into pupa, that will eventually turn into baby ants. And those are worker ants. And then I also have my enclosure, and this is what I kept my old queen ant in, and I'll explain a little bit more about what happened in this little enclosure and what happened to the queen ant. So I guess first things first, we're gonna set up this little tiny viewing box so we'll be able to see our little queen ant and analyze it to ensure that it is a queen and a female. So let's open the bag. I don't want to damage her, of course, but she is going to be in hibernation for a long time. But let me take out my phone and we'll try getting a closer look. There is more light in this area, and that's kind of why I wanted to do it inside to examine it. So let's get started. So the flash on my phone is on, and you can see the queen ant right there. Or ant. I mean, I'm just hoping it's a queen ant, but I'm trying to see little tiny scars or little black dots on the wing. Oh my gosh. Yo, I'm like 95% sure that I saw them. I want to get another shot. Gladly I'll be able to look at this footage again. Oh my gosh. We did it. It is a queen ant. Oh my gosh. Yo, you don't know, guys. Okay, you do not know how excited I am. I was actually looking forward to getting a queen ant, and the fact that this is one, blows my mind, because I do have that terrarium that I'm planning to make in my 60-gallon aquarium. So, we found a queen ant, guys. Yeah! I have been watching so much Ants Canada on YouTube, and now that I'm finally be able to make some more videos about ants. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, I just see the tiny little black dots on the side, and that's basically the scars. So basically, there's something called a nuptial flight, and that's when female ants fly away from their nest, and male ants also fly away from their nests, and they breed, and this period happens once a year, and then the male ant quickly dies after, and the female ant finds a little area to start growing their nest and start growing their colony. The female wings fall off, and then they start laying their eggs. And that's basically what we have. So I think a nuptial flight happens later in the summer in my area. So I'm pretty sure that this was just the queen ant that might have gotten lost, or we might have actually stumbled onto her little colony, but I might have not seen any of the ants or any of the workers. So hopefully that is what happened. But I do have this test tube, and I'm going to fill this test tube up with water. I'm going to plug one end with cotton, then I'm going to put her inside, and then I'm going to plug the inside with cotton, and that's going to keep the test tube humid where she is. And I'm gonna stick this in a drawer or something that'll be dark, because they prefer darker spaces that are a little bit colder. So I'm gonna fill this with water and get the cotton and set this all up. So ironically, during the last nuptial flight, I did film, and I did have footage, and I did catch I think I caught maybe 6 or more queen ants, and they all ended up being infertile. So they would lay the eggs and stuff, but unfortunately all of those eggs did not grow, and then the queen ants eventually did die. So that was unfortunate, and that's what happened with those ants, in case you're curious. And I've had so many questions from people wanting to get updates on them, because they're a really cool pet to keep. But this is what I'm doing with the cotton, and you push it in into the water level, and now it's going to be humid. I need to empty out the excess water. So basically this is just water, this is the little cotton, and then this is the area where the ant is going to be. And this is going to be a great little home for our new queen ant. Okay, so I have her right here. I'm just gonna pour her in to the container. Oh, she fell on the table. She does not want to go in. I literally cannot catch her off the table, oh my gosh. Dude, she is literally crawling around the table and I cannot catch her. Oh, she's not. Okay, I'm just gonna have to. Okay, I got her. Okay, so now she's inside the test tube right there. And I'm gonna close this up and put her inside. Make sure this is all situated. All right, awesome. So now we have captured a queen ant. So now that we have the queen ant, let me explain more about what happened with my old colony that actually had workers and basically a small little colony. Now this is kind of an unfortunate story. I did have my queen ant in a test tube set up, and she started laying eggs, and those eggs eventually turned into female workers. And the workers were starting to grow in such a number that I had to add them to a separate enclosure. Some people create different formicariums or different setups, but I found this little nest online and I figured I should try it out. It's kind of nice because it has multiple human hides, and it has a couple of different chambers that they could grow in. And the plaster that this is made of is great for keeping humidity, which is important for baby ant colonies. So I had them in here for a while, and I was feeding them mealworms and a couple other things that I feed my leopard gecko. And I also added some honey in here every once in a while, but unfortunately there was a mold development or possibly parasites or something that started growing in here, and it did kill the queen ant. And once the queen ant was dead, the workers were just mindless. They were just going around their normal days, but there was no hope because they wouldn't start growing and they wouldn't keep breeding and stuff. So the colony was basically dead at that point. I do not know if I'm going to continue to use this enclosure, or I might look for some plastic ones online that I can keep, but I am super excited that we did capture a queen ant. Now let's talk again about those ants that I caught in a previous video. So I did catch quite a few ants, and I had multiple enclosures and multiple test tubes like the one I just set up. I had multiple of those, and none of them ended up being fertile. So I think the thing that happened was I caught them too early before they could get, I guess, impregnated by the male ants. So yeah, they did end up dying, and this was very unfortunate. And the thing is, I think I caught them too early, and I didn't let them have enough time to, like, mate. The one thing that I'm very excited about this queen ant is the fact that I caught this ant so far away from that time. So there wasn't some massive breeding nuptial flight. This was just a lonely queen ant. So I'm like 95% sure that this is a female ant queen that is fertile. So that's super exciting because we'll actually have an ant colony. This is similar to the queen ant because the queen ant for this I found at a separate time that there was no nuptial flight. I just found that queen ant by itself. So I'm pretty sure that this queen ant will be like this queen ant, but hopefully there will be a better end to this guy's life, because I don't want to end up like this one with the infection and the mold and stuff. I want this one to have a nice massive colony that I can have a big formicarium and a lot of baby workers. There are so many different layers to the ant keeping hobby, and unfortunately it wasn't really well documented. There are some YouTubers like Ants Canada or Ants Nordic and some other ones that make ant videos, but I do want to capture a lot of their beauty because the way that they grow their colonies and they fight for food, and it's just so much. And I was talking about turning my 60-gallon into a terrarium. So if these ants could be like the kings of the terrarium, that would be awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the next one. If you enjoyed learning not only about animals or other things like I do on this channel, consider checking out Skillshare. If you use the link down below, you will get 2 months for free, and you can also view my own course I made about product photography, and I'm actually making some about YouTube videos, like how to make thumbnails and some other really cool things. So check that out down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, it is free, and it does wonders on the channel. If you haven't noticed, the views have been slightly going up, so that's nice. So hit the like button. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Check out my Instagram, @JamesMoreland. Comment if you're excited to see this ant colony. I've had so many different comments over the past couple of videos and comments on my previous videos, so check that out as well. I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy. Peace. Bye.
fearless.